everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited about today's video. It's not the most extravagant, blingy, long set, but it was really fun for me as an artist to do. And it's also not the most spectacular art. I did these a while ago, like last year. I posted I want to do some cheetah nails. I just remembered I didn't think I had ever done any actually. And so my client came and she was like, yes, I want to do cheetah nails. There's an inspiration picture I'll show you guys later in the video. And all these colors were fun to do, this little cheetah design. And if you look, there's some little, well, it's not so hidden. There's some little Mickeys in there. You see them? My client was going to Disney World, so she wanted to add a little Mickey pizzazz. So this is my client's previous set. There's a video on this set. Go ahead and check it out if you hadn't. I'll put a little thing on the top right corner. But look at her grow out. Look, I'll go ahead and pause it here. You see how flush her grow out is, where the natural nail and the original like cuticle area of the product is? Yes, I love that. Love it. So I started off with the mellow yellow bit to take off the product. Then I was like, shoot, this is the wrong one. Just because she wanted to cut down her length. Now you can with the mellow yellow, but this I think is the speedy bit from like Elegance. In a way, it's similar to like the mean green bit to Atwood Industries. So if you have either or, kind of the same. It's a very aggressive bit, and it's great for taking down product from like the surface level of the nail, but then also cutting down the length as well. Again, you could do it with the mellow yellow, but it's going to give you a little more difficult time, especially with debulking. And yeah, so this is just going to be more efficient. Can be done with the mellow yellow. The mellow yellow is from Atwood Industries. So yeah, you know, I have a good amount of bits, so you know, I can kind of sort through and see what's best for the job. But I'm using this at about 30,000 RPMs. I know it sounds scary when you have these aggressive bits. They have these crazy teeth in them, but you need to use them at a higher speed. Don't be afraid to use your bits at the appropriate speed, guys. And, you know, shameless plug, because this video is sponsored by myself. I'm doing one-on-one classes from April. Well, now it's currently April. I'm booking from April to about late July. So if you're interested in one-on-one classes in person here with me in the Dallas area, email me at tabythascott.classes@gmail.com and get more information there. Yeah, just if you're interested in that, I don't have my little thing to put up to show you. But I've been having a good time. I've done a few classes so far, and I feel like they've been so fruitful, and I just love it for the ladies that have come so far. Not that it's ladies only. Anyways, so I'm just taking down the length of the nails. Now, if you'll notice between both hands, this hand on my client is much longer. Not much longer, but it's a little longer in length than the other hand. That's just how she wanted it. I had there's a little separation at the free edge right there at that point in her nail. So I went ahead and filed it down. We don't want any air pockets in the nail, the cuticle area, free edge area, nothing like that. So I went ahead and took that down. So past that, I'm taking down length. And you see I'll put a notch in the side first, just to know where I want to cut it down to. A lot of times I'll off camera line up the previous nail with the next nail so I know how long to cut it, you know what I mean? So that's what you see me doing, is I'll put a little notch because I'm like, I want it to there, and then go ahead and take it down. Some people ask why I don't clip the nails. I don't. To me, this is easier and faster, and yep, that's just my preference. There's a lot of things, a lot of ways to do the right thing, okay? My preference. So I'm using the Cutie Patootie bit from my Elegance. This is a diamond bit. I'm using it at about 6,000 to 8,000 RPMs. And this kind of pushes back the eponychium if it's not so bad. And then it helps remove cuticle from the surface of the nail. Simultaneously, it does a little bit of exfoliation to the eponychium as well, as far as the actual dead skin, because some of those diamond burrs are on the tip of the actual bit. So I love having this bit around. Again, it's a Cutie Patootie from my Elegance. Past that, I go in, I want to detail. I just made that up. I guess that's the process. I want to detail the cuticle work, so I want to get into those tighter spaces. So I'm using is this called the Skinny Mini or Itty Bitty? Or, I'm always forgetting what these are called. They're cute names, but I can't remember. It's a diamond bit. You see how it's narrow. It comes to a fine point. Nothing that's like too sharp and will hurt the client. I'm using this pretty parallel to the surface of her natural nail. And I'm using this at about the same 6,000 to 8,000 RPMs. So after I get the prep going, I am going to narrow her nails just a little bit beforehand with the hand file. Nothing perfect. Just she doesn't want them super square, but she doesn't want them super coffin. So what is that? A tapered square? Right? So I'm just kind of going in with that. I'm using the perfect file from like Elegance as well. I really have been liking the file. Past that, I'm going to go in with some nail cleanser. You can use alcohol, acetone, or whatever little mix you have. I'm using the Light Elegance Pro Nail Cleanser and a brush, and this helps remove the dust, dehydrate the nail, clean it up, everything like that. So after that, I'm going to use Light Elegance's Air Bond, and then I'm going to use Light Elegance's Tack. And I'll apply the Air Bond first, allow it to dry for about 30 seconds or so, and then apply the Tack. After that, I'm going to be filling the nails with the Ideal Pink. I'm using Fairy Good. That's going to be for our kind of ghost glitter effect, which I suggested. I thought it was be a cute little addition to the situation. And then I'm going to encapsulate with Cool Gel. So that's the situation here today. So I'm just applying Air Bond really quick to the natural nail. And after I do that, like I said, I'll go ahead and apply a Tack. And I'll apply that just kind of down the enhancement a little bit. It helps ensure we have adhesion from the natural nail to the enhancement, but also our previous enhancement has adhesion to our new product that we're adding. So I love to have Tack on hand for that reason. So on this nail, you want to make sure you apply it to all that natural nail and even that little part that I filed down to remove that little separation down there. Next, we're going to go in with the Light Elegance One Step. So I'm going to apply my slip layer, which is a layer that I apply like polish. Initially, it helps the bigger bead that we're going to apply of our gel to know where to go, where not to go. So once I apply that, I'm going to focus the majority of the product at the cuticle area and then kind of just blend it down from there, because one, I want to make sure I have that coverage of the Ideal Pink as our nail bed color. Simultaneously, we're going to put that glitter, that ghost glitter, that Fairy Good glitter, that iridescent glitter through the center of the nail. Not really through the center, through like the upper third, I would say. So we want to have that coverage towards the cuticle area, just to help blend the look of our previous product to our current product. And for this piece, I'm using the Natural Pink Fiber Gel. In Light Elegance's line, this product is like made of, I think it's 10% fiberglass. It has strength. It's great for like cracked nail issues. If you have like very long nails, it's great for different uses. Yeah, so I'm using that for this little piece that's missing right here. And then I'll go in and cure that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my little fill. Like I said, we're going to apply the slip layer first. And then I'm going to take a little bit bigger bead. For this instance, for this situation, I'm going to concentrate most of the product at the cuticle area. Not a ton of product in itself. We still want our cuticle area nice and flush and beautiful. But as far as the coverage of the majority of the product, it's going to be at the cuticle area. So we can add this glitter right here. Like I said, it's just adding it through essentially just the nail bed, like I said, the upper third, just kind of haphazardly spaced out, get some of those bigger pieces in there. And the intention was for this always to be matte from the jump kit, or the get-go. So I that's why I added, like, let's add some like iridescent glitter, just because it's not going to be very obvious when it's matte, but it's going to have this cool just effect. Like I said, she was going to Disney. She wanted some fun, cute, bright nails, and so just having that little pizzazz, that little magic, you know, it's like Disney magic. I know Disney's in a little trouble lately, but we won't talk about that here. Anyways, make sure you leave your cheetah emoji down below in the comment section. If you're watching this when we do our live premieres, make sure you still leave it in the comment section of the video. That helps me. You know the deal. I give you free, good content. What I need in return, a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and then that emoji. It just helps with the algorithm, so YouTube thinks, you know what? People like this. Let's show it to more people. So, you know, it's free to you and it's kind to me. Anyways, back to the video. I'm going ahead and I'm encapsulating our glitter in the cool gel. Also, I'm building out the free edge because we filed the nail down. So at this point, you see how everything kind of comes together. We have the coverage of the ideal pink at the cuticle area, kind of faded it down. So we don't have our the center of our nail. We want an apex, but we don't want the nails to be too thick and too bulky. And then we're just going to use that clear, like I said, to build the free edge towards the tip. And I'm looking from the side view and just making that gel work for me, manipulating it, putting the apex where I want it to go with a very light feather touch. Gel is a very, this is sped up. It's a very dainty little thing to do, I like to say. It's very cute. It feels fancy to do in a way. So it's not really aggressive. You don't have to move it around crazy. You're going to create air bubbles and a mess for yourself. This looks the way this is sped up, like I said. So it looks like I'm being much more aggressive than I honestly am. And you're probably like, it doesn't look like you're being aggressive at all. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just moving that product around. Like I said earlier, my client has that sore finger. She was going camping. I don't even know. She went camping and she hurt her nail while out there in the wild. And she ended up having an issue with it. So we just, you know, like I said, it's on injury reserve. And it eventually got to get back in the game. So this set is old also. After I did this set was that 2 different shades of pink with that 3D acrylic look. If you haven't seen that one, definitely check that video out. It's super pretty and fun. It's a lipstick shaped one. Yeah. So I'm using a, I believe this is the shaper bit from my Elegance. It's very similar to the crosscut bit from Atwood Industries. Also, if you can't access the Elegance one, it's essentially a diamond bit, but it has relief cuts in it so it doesn't produce heat. I'm using this bit for finish filing. I'm using at about 14,000 RPMs. And then I'm making sure I get nice and flush around the cuticle area, just to make sure that grow out, like I pointed out in the beginning of the video, when she comes back in 3 to 5 weeks, whatever it may be, that it's like a nice flush grow out. So I'm just taking this can I talk? I'm taking this bit and I'm using the corner of it where the actual top of it and the side meets, that 90-degree angle, and I'm using that to get in that channel around the cuticle area just to help make it flush. Again, I'm using this as always as a buffer as well, so it's a 2-in-1 situation. So not only am I using this to refine the shape and do a little bit debulking, if you have some bulk, some major lumps and bumps, please feel free to use like a carbide bit to help with that. Gel is softer and easier to file. So you can do a lot of, you know, product reduction with that crosscut bit. But if it's taking a little too much, get you a carbide bit out and use it about 13,000 to 15,000 RPM, same as you would the crosscut bit. So next I'm using the Buffy bit, and this bit is skin safe. I'm using it to buff off any dead skin, any callous skin, anything like that, anything loose and hanging. We're gonna go ahead and take off with this bit. You wanna make sure you use light pressure. I'm using this again at about 6,000 to 8,000 RPMs. You may want to, if somebody has more sensitive skin, not that this hurts or anything like that, you may want to use a little slower. If they have a little coarse skin, I don't think you call skin coarse, use a faster speed, about 8,000 RPMs. Past that, I'm just nipping the dead skin, none of her live skin, just any dead hangy bits. And then I don't show it on camera. I go back in with the buffy bit again. So this is before we even started. This is this is me pulling out colors after my client told me what she wanted. So we have a lot of buttercreams, a whole bunch of light Elegance buttercreams. So check those out. There were some colors in this this color story that were missing, that I didn't have in the light Elegance buttercream line. So I went ahead and used a few Madam Glam colors in the midst of it. I think about 3 of them are Madam Glam colors. I would have liked for them all to be buttercream, just because the consistency of buttercreams, the pigmentation, and just to blend. When you do a vertical ombre, try to make sure the texture of the actual product blends well. Just try it out beforehand. If you have a client or on yourself, just try it out. There's a million, billion, trillion combinations of products you can use out there, like probably literally in like statistics world. So just try it out beforehand. It might work, it might not. Try it out. So from experience, I knew that these would work pretty good as far as blending them and transitioning them with that vertical ombre. So for this look, I'm using the Light Elegance gel polish brush, and I'm taking the color. I've showed this technique before. One color on one side of the brush, one color on the other side of the brush. I kind of blend them together on my little silicone mat, which you can find a link for in the description bar, which I love. And once I get those blended, then I go ahead and apply it to her nail. For this concept, this look, also, we're not going for a clean, we're going for a nice vertical ombre, but you see how the top of it, where it fades in to that ghost glitter, we're not looking for a perfect ombre horizontally, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of supposed to look like a little splatter, or like a paintbrush just went up. I'm sure I could describe that better given more time. But hopefully you see what I mean. So from left to right, our fade into pink, magenta-ish purple, and then to a regular purple. That blend we want nice and smooth. But you see how I just flick the brush up towards the cuticle area just to get a little rough. It's not abstract. I guess it's kind of abstract, but whatever, you know what I mean. So I'm just showing me as I go over there on my mat, mixing these colors, and then applying them to the nail. Now, each nail has a blend of 3 colors. So, like this nail goes from like purple to basically a regular blue, regular bold type blue, and then over to a teal color. Each of these I applied 2 layers on, and I don't show that in this video. So once it's cured in the light, I go ahead and apply a 2nd layer while I have the color loaded in my brush, but that has been edited out for time's sake. Yeah. So I go ahead, this is still the 1st layer. I'm just applying more product, getting that blend perfected before I go ahead and put it in the light. So in the middle of each application, I think I have about 2 or 3 brushes around, but I still have to clean them with all the different color combinations. So I just use a lint-free wipe, and I put some alcohol acetone or like a nail cleanser on there just to moisten it, and then I use it to clean in the meantime, in between time. Just kind of wipe the brush down, and then you can also wipe it on, well, if you have something like the silicone mat, you can wipe it on that just to clean it off. So you see what I do, just kind of get that clean, load it up with the next color, and then go. As I said, it was very fun to do, a little tedious because of the fact that there's a triple ombre on each nail. So I had to blend the green to the yellow, then the yellow to the orange on each nail. Well, not that it's the exact same colors, but you know what I mean. So this is our inspiration pic. There was no picture. I didn't see any watermark or anything. So if you know who did it, tell them that they inspired this look, and I apologize for not having their info. So at this point, we're going to add our little cheetah spots. And in terms of picking out the colors for this, they're a little different than the inspiration pick, slightly. What I noticed and what I took from it is to kind of move around the color wheel a little bit. So, you know, if you pull out your little color wheel, it's some color theory situation going on, kind of move over a little section, a little third of the section, if not, you know, a complementary color or something like that. So that's just what I'm going with. Whatever I think I blended, 3 colors on each nail, which I don't know why. I think I gave myself that challenge. I don't know if that was part of the inspiration pick, but I thought it'd be cute just to add that element of, you know, kind of the cheetah spots, ombre, different colors than the base. You know what I mean? So this is blue, green, yellow as a base, and then it's, what is it, like a darker purple, a pinky purple, and then a pink, I believe. Just like a bright, hotter pink. Yeah, that's what's going on. Darker purple, medium purple, and then pink. So yeah, that's what was happening. And that's what I was trying to figure out. But I really love the challenge. I love to play with colors. I'm sure you guys can tell after watching the videos. This was my least favorite one just because I couldn't get away from using that green. It kind of looks more yellowy, but I had to. It had to happen. So I wish I could have came up with something better for that nail, but I'll be okay. So I'm using the primary black paint from like Elegance as well. Use whatever pigmented black that you find doesn't run, gives you good pigmentation. And I'm using a dotting tool. And then I'm trying to make a Mickey Mouse situation, and then I'm failing, so I wipe it off. And then I try again, and I think I tried a few times before I got it to work out. Because, again, this was a little added element that my client wanted. So she's like, because in the midst of like the actual cheetah splotches that you get, the colored parts in this scenario, you have just little black kind of random dots and splotches around. So she's like, can we have one of those splotches be a little Mickey on some of them? So I think on most of them, I don't know if all of them, but maybe I did do all of them. A lot of them have little hidden Mickey situation. So at one point I realized I should put the head dot, put it in light and cure it. So when I put the little ear dots, it doesn't run and blend in with the head dot. So that's what I learned in doing 3 dots to make a Mickey Mouse logo. Art, right? Anyways, so I'm just applying that. Once I get that, because I realized I needed to establish that first, we talk about before order operations when you're doing nail designs, kind of think it through, which makes the most sense so you don't make it harder on yourself. So because the Mickey was going to be a little bit bigger than, a traditional little dot, I'll say traditional, like this is a regular thing, but you know what I mean? Like little dots. I want to make sure I had room for it, essentially is what I'm saying. So I put it first. Then I'm going to fit everything else around it. So as you can see, this is not hard to do this. I'm just using this dotting tool and I'm going around our little splotches. You don't want things to be too perfect. As I always say, look at an actual like cheetah, whatever you're trying to imitate, Google it, see how it looks, see what makes it look like it. What is the thing? And then try to imitate that to the best of your ability. So with this, the black that kind of goes around our center splotches, it's not a perfect, cute little line. It's kind of, it's just very organic. You know what I mean? It's not perfect, kind of comes out, lumps out, bumps out. Yeah, so that's all I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to imitate is that. And then, as I was stating earlier, in between these little splotches and stuff, I'm adding little dots, as you can see here. And I don't know what is a little while after that, I've been using the same dotting tool. It looks like I've been using it for years. The same one. Every little dotting thing you've seen me do in videos that I could think of, I'm trying not to lie, has been this dotting tool. And I forgot that this came in a set, and I act like I couldn't buy anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. But then I realized this was part of a whole set, and I found it just in a drawer that was beside me. So now I don't have these same issues, because I would try to manipulate this to make smaller dots. It's a bigger dotting tool than what I'm trying to do, so I'm trying to barely touch it just to get little dots, when I could have just used different size dotting tools. So I'm just talking bad about myself, right? So I'm just adding those little details. And also I want to tell you guys, because you probably gonna notice, her first 3 fingernails on her right hand, the one I'm working on, and the other 2, her pointer and her thumb, are shorter than the rest. Now beforehand, what you notice is that they were significantly shorter than the rest, making it look very obvious, like an intentional thing. At this point, they're only slightly shorter than the rest, but that's how my client wanted them. She still wanted them even shorter, but she wanted all her nails shorter, if that makes sense. Look, she asked for it, and that's what she got. So just before you say, like, oh, you know, blah, 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 that's what she wanted, and she's paying me. I'm working on a real paying client, so she gets what she wants as long as I can do it. So that's that. Anyways, so this, I left in a lot of footage for y'all, me doing these little splotches. I guess I was just really proud of it. Also, make sure that when you are doing black, that you get a full cure, because the opacity of a black, if it's a really good pigmented black, the light may have a hard time penetrating. So either apply it thinner, just ensure that you get a nice full cure so you don't have any issues where it's uncured. I've experienced that before. So just watch how thick you're applying the product so it doesn't not cure. It doesn't cure. You know what I mean? Anyways, past that, after we get that nice and cured, the black, and get that together, we're going to apply our matte top coat. One of my favorite matte top coats is the Daily Charm. I think it's Velvet, or is it Velveteen? I think it's Velvet. The Daily Charm Velvet matte top coat. Daily Charm does little sets. So they have a set that has, I think they're like 5-in-1 top coat, their Diamond Shine top coat, and their Velvet one. Definitely check that set out. And you know what I'm going to say. The discount code is Tabytha and the number 10. The link is in the description bar, and also the code if you want to see it typed out, because my name is Tabytha with the Y as in yellow, hello. And so it's a little different. And if you, it's an unlimited code, as I always say. So you use it today, tomorrow, the next day, as long as Daily Charm will have me, I will have y'all an unlimited code. So yeah, this is our final look, guys. What do you think? Is it fun? Is it cute? Am I tripping? I know it's Lisa Frank. Feeling right. We have that little cute little Mickey accent. It is, I mean, my client is a full-grown adult, but let's not take ourselves so serious. This is fun. This is cute. Disney is a magical place, or whatever you choose to do with your life. Whatever. This channel is about nails. It's not about lifestyle choices, Tabytha. Anyways, don't forget to put that little cheetah emoji. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. And yeah, definitely stay tuned. I have content coming out for you. I'm trying to post Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. You guys, leave an emoji. It encourages me to post when I'm supposed to post. All right, you guys. Bye.